This conversation starts calm, and then everything shifts. Let's break it down on Choir Mediate.
Okay, go ahead. I just want to know where you're at.
With what I'm calling for, like the question.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm calling just to see, like, I guess what I am doing and what I can avoid, because I don't know if me having standards is getting in the way of finding the man that I want.
So let me go ahead and see if I can repeat the question. You want to know if you having standards is preventing you from getting the man you want.
Yes.
Okay, so let me start with some background. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, you heard me say it in the chat room. Did you go to college?
I did.
But you didn't graduate.
No, I just got my Associate of Arts.
Okay, cool. Height, weight, and dress size.
So I'm like 5'5", 5'6", and my weight is 128 to 130.
Okay.
Depends.
And what dress size do you wear?
Like a 4.
And lastly, what part of the country are you in? North, east, south, west?
Like West Coast side.
West Coast. Okay. And what kind of man do you want?
Well, I like black men. Like, that's like my first choice, but I don't mind swirling.
Okay, I'm talking about from a on paper standpoint. What kind of money are we talking about?
Successful. Like, I'm not really.
Let's define successful. Do you want to be a stay-at-home wife?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do you want to have, how many children are you planning on having for this guy?
Just depends on how many he would want from me.
3.
Okay.
I mean, if you got nothing else to do except stay at home, 26, right? One kid, you be getting off pretty damn easy. Wouldn't you agree? Or would not? Tell me, what do you think?
No, I think that's true. I think,
Okay. The average family has 2.3 kids or 2.5 kids, but you're talking about a successful guy. So a successful guy, are you in Northern California or Southern California?
Northern.
So in Northern California, so to be a stay-at-home wife of 3 children in Northern California, how much do you think a man would need to make annually to make that happen? For you to have a decent home, have your own 4-door sedan, to have the kids' college paid for, private school if necessary, or high-end public school, with kids' activities, kids having cars at 16, having their college paid for if necessary, plus have the things of life, 401k, retirement, everything else, still being able to eat well, travel, not just go to Disneyland. I'm quite sure you want to go out of the country, maybe go to Europe on a family vacation, that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. How much do you think that person needs to make, that man needs to make annually?
I would say a significant amount.
Give me a dollar value.
Money.
Give me a dollar value.
I'm not good at math. Like, probably over 100,000, maybe. I don't know. Maybe like 80,000, 90,000, over 100,000. I'm not really sure.
$100,000 a year for 5 people in Northern California.
Okay, no. Oh man. Okay, so I don't know.
Okay, so problem number 1. The things you want, you don't even know what it takes from a dollar standpoint to make it possible for a man to make it possible for you. You think this shit is just magic. Let me give you the number. The number, they throw this 6-figure number out, that's enough for one person to be successful roughly $10,000 a month. That's the number I tend to use. That's in Dallas, Houston, Austin. If you adjust that for the Bay Area, you're $100,000 a year. You're still broke. You're talking about closer to 220, 250. There's a police officer in San Jose who made $250,000 last year, and he's a cop. Okay, so the kind of man you're talking about, he's going to need to be making around $700 to $900,000 a year.
I'm open
And
to relocating. Like I don't have to stay. Like I'm like so open to moving somewhere
well, do
cheaper.
you think people make that kind of money in Cedar Rapids, Iowa?
No.
Do you think there are a lot of black men? Black men are concentrated in 10 cities. See, this is part of the problem with ladies. You want this fantasy of a man, not a fantasy. You want this high value man. These men, listen, these men are concentrated in 10 cities. Black people are concentrated in 10 cities. Okay? And I don't fault you for wanting him, but I just say you got to understand where he is. And to think a guy can make $80,000 and you would be happy with that kind of money. You'd be working on 80 grand. And then there'd be tension in the marriage. I forgot to ask you one question. On a scale from 1 to 10, where would most people say you rank as far as a beauty? From a facial standpoint.
Like a 9 or a 10, maybe an 8 if someone's hating on me.
A 9 or 10. Okay, so we're talking LA 9 or just.
I just know I'm very beautiful, and I'm not just saying that.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Hey sis, I give it to you. So these are good things. So from a money standpoint, the kind of money you're talking about is a guy he's going to have a serious high earning career, or he's going to have to be a small business owner and own a significant concern. That means you're going to be looking at men who are at least about 10, probably 15 years older than you.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. And that's what you're going to be looking for. But the question is, what do those kind of men want in a wife?
Well, I know that they want, someone who's just a lady. I would hope so, because I'm really open to just being a lovely housewife and just doing what I need to do.
Translation, I'm open to you taking care of me. That's what you just said. I'm open to you just taking care of me, which is cool. But what you've also said is you've done no homework or no research or no nothing on what it is you want. That's why you're not getting it.
That's like golden. That's true.
This is why your non-black counterpart, your white counterparts steal black men like this out from under you. Because one, you don't even know how to identify them. Two, when they're there, you got no sales pitch. It's just I'm pretty good. Okay, you're beautiful. You're 5 foot whatever. You're dress size 4. You are smoking. After we have sex, what else?
Depth. I don't flaunt my things that I know or my experiences, but I'm a deep person and I can hold a conversation, and I make a lovely housewife, good mom, things like that.
Were your mother and father married?
No. Well, yeah, my background is crazy, but I am
so
divorced.
Let me simplify the question. Were you raised to be a housewife?
No, I wasn't actually.
So how can you talk about you're a lovely housewife?
Because I was married before and
Okay.
I saw what didn't work, and I was like, that's why I don't want to go to work. I want to focus on staying
okay.
home.
Let's back up. See, that was an important part. You were married before. How old was your husband?
He's like 29 or something.
How old were you?
I got married when I was like 18 or 19.
And where's your father?
I didn't grow up with a father.
I didn't say that. I asked where is he?
Um, I don't have a very strong relationship with him.
Why?
Because I was adopted.
Okay. Do you know your biological mother?
I do, yes.
But you don't know your biological father?
I do, but he's recently like got sick and he's in the hospital. Like he's like I just
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a hard question. Are you ready?
Sure.
Do you know his side of the story from his mouth?
No, not really.
Then why in the hell are you judging him?
I'm not.
Well, but you know your biological mother. You know, you're not judging him. But I asked you, where's your father? I didn't grow up with a father. I didn't ask you. I just said, where is he? Well, he wasn't in my life. I was adopted. Okay. But you know your biological mother. See, when I asked you about the woman that birthed you, you could answer those questions. But about your father, it's all this vague stuff. And my question is, why have you never sought to understand your father?
Well, the reason why I was adopted was because of
Nobody knows you, sweetheart. I don't know you.
sexual abuse that was going on. I have 5 other biological sisters, and we all got put in the system because he was sexually abusing my sisters.
Okay.
And that's why we got
well, then that's cause. Then that's cause. That's different. That's one of the few things I will accept. If there was actually a reason where you shouldn't, a safety reason, then there's no reason to interact with this person. But I would say, let's move on past that. If there was reason, because I don't want to dig too deep into it because it's not relevant. If there's a reason, there's a reason. But you were adopted.
Yeah.
And you were raised by a mother and father, or a mother?
Just a mother.
All right. So you're raised by a mother, and the reason I'm asking these questions is if you got married at 18 to a 29-year-old, who advised you on that? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Nobody.
Okay. All right. Whose advice do you seek in trying to guide you through life?
I'm just kind of, I guess, learning through trial and error.
That's very dangerous.
Well, that's what I'm calling you.
Well, but you're calling me, but you're not paying me. See, this is why I'm not going to give you this off. I mean, your circumstances, trying as they are, you're a 26-year-old. You're not 14. You know your background. You know it's troubled. Are you seeing a therapist?
I've done a lot of work.
Okay.
I've done a lot of work.
Are you in a healthy place?
I am, actually.
All right. So, and you said you were married to a 29-year-old. How long were you married?
Like 5 years.
So you've been divorced less than 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Any children?
When?
Boy or girl?
He's a boy.
Okay. You're gonna have a lot of problems.
Really?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
No.
I don't care how attractive you are. Your background, ma'am, is messy.
What if I don't tell anybody though?
People aren't stupid, especially the kind of men you're talking about. And it makes you a horrible person. See, a person who's gone through therapy would not say that. A person who's in a healthy mind space would not think to try to deceive somebody.
Well, no one wants to know your whole life story though. Like
we're talking, we're talking about people who, no, ma'am. So the only people we've been talking about is the kind of men that could provide for you and put you in a home and take care of you. But the real answer is, yes, my background is messy. No, the work's not done, but I want what I want. So, yeah. I would say the work's not done because that's not a healthy thing to say. That's a predatory thing to say regarding another person. I'll just lie to him about my background. You gonna lie to him about your kid too?
No, I was just saying, like, just don't put it all on the table. Like,
Well, you
just
may have put it on the table
right
on the
there.
first date, but it has to come out. See, you are who
Oh,
you
well,
are.
yeah.
You are who you are. And the kind of men you're talking about did not get there by luck. High earning men, wealthy men, successful men didn't get there by luck. See, that's why I started at the beginning. Do you even know how much money it would take? And you don't, which is kind of troubling because I wonder how you're even living with a child. I mean, you got you got 2 years of college, an associate's degree?
Hmm.
How are you living in California?
Well, I mean, technically, I'm technically not. I just didn't want to put like my where I am. So,
I
it's
don't,
like,
but I mean, are you living? Are you in your own place?
I am. Yes.
Are you paying the rent there in full yourself?
Yes, I am.
All right. And is your son provided for?
Yes.
All right. Is the father in the kid's life?
Yes.
And are you getting alimony or just child support?
Child support.
All right. So all that is a mess. Your child is young. There's not enough hotness to overcome young child from a divorcee with your background. There are other women who are as hot or hotter than you that have none of that.
Mm.
That's number one. Number two, there are other women out there who were raised to be a wife who have none of that. Number three, there are other women out there who at least understand what the man on the side of the table that you want to come take care of you and another man's child would have to do to make that happen. In effect, you want a fairy godfather is what you want.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you don't like the words, but that's really what it is because because you don't know who he is. He's just a genie. What do you do for a living?
I'm a receptionist and I do nails on the side.
So, you ready for this?
I don't know. I sure. I mean,
Well, a
yeah, let's hear it.
receptionist, and nails on the side. That's not enough to even provide for one person in California, if that's where you live.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a child.
Mm-hmm.
It means you can't take care of yourself.
Okay.
Is
I
that
mean, I do, but okay.
okay? Do you make enough money to take care of yourself without the child support?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, where do you live? Because this makes no sense. But go ahead.
Well, I don't want to give up my location.
I don't care, ma'am. What do you think? I've got why? You called into
Because I
it.
just
Hold on. You called. Hold on. Let's understand. You called into my show
oh my
to
God.
ask me questions
Okay.
that you're not paying for. Don't play with me. I don't have no need to know who you are or where you're at. It's not that
I
serious.
know.
But what I'm
I
trying to
know.
understand is whether or not you're telling me the truth. And there's holes in this story. Are you in the Bay Area? That's all I need to know.
No, I'm not. I'm in a small town.
All right, but it's still Northern California.
No, it's not California. I just threw that out there. Like I mean,
All right,
okay,
so you're fucking lying to me.
I'm not lying to you. Like I
All right, you
listen
have
to your
one
shows, like,
chance.
people
You
don't
have
give
one
up their
chance to go ahead and
location.
tell me where you are. I don't play games, man. Don't do this. I'm not playing games with you. Tell me where you are, the area, or get off my fucking phone. Seriously. I mean, you're too old to be doing this stuff. You want my help? Let me help you. If not, go figure it out yourself.
Washington State.
See, you know why that's important, what I just said, man?
Why?
When I said your background is a mess, you said, why don't I just not tell him? You are willing to lie to a man to get what you want. You just proved it with me. I'm better at it than most men, and I'm dogged about it, and I can smell bullshit. But you are willing to lie to someone to get what you want. And I don't care where you live in Washington State. High earning women are not receptionists and nail techs. Those are women that live around the poverty level. The only way people tend to you're not making $40 an hour as a receptionist.
Mm-mm.
Right. So that means in order to take care of a small child, you're having to either get significant child support or some sort of assistance, or you must be living in a hovel somewhere. Either or, you're living paycheck to paycheck without the government or a man supporting you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I do nails on this side.
Right. So is his father? His father is gainfully employed. Your ex-husband, gainfully employed.
Mm-hmm.
What does he do for a career?
He's a police officer.
How come that was going to be my guess? Woo, that was going to be my. I'll tell you guys why I knew that. I'll tell you guys why I knew that later. Why didn't he have custody of the boy?
Because I do. Oh, he was in the military when we got married. And we moved to his hometown, which was not in Washington State.
I don't care.
And when we got divorced,
actually, what? He makes more money than you. Why didn't he have the boy?
Because he wasn't a police officer when we got divorced.
But he is now. And he makes more money than you. And he has benefits. Why doesn't he have the boy?
Because he has 2 other children.
What the fuck? What does that have to do with anything? Why doesn't he have his son? He's the more stable. He has benefits. It would make it easier for you to get what you want.
Yeah, but I guess I just liked being a mother.
No, that's not it. He's a check. You may love being a mother, but you cannot raise a man. You never even saw a man. You obviously You obviously don't pick well. You have not made the best choices for your life. And you think you're going to be able to help a boy become a man? And you're the only one leading you? No one else is leading you. Ma'am, this is problematic at best. Boys need their fathers. But as a woman who did not have a father, it doesn't surprise me that you just think guys are just genies. And no disrespect, but I feel like I'm talking to like a teenager at some levels. So I'm going to tell you, the boy would be better off with his father. I don't know why the man didn't petition for custody of his child, because you can't care for him. You're a nail technician and a receptionist. It will be better for you to give the son over to his father and you pay child support and let him be raised by a man who has a career and benefits. You get yourself together and give yourself the best shot to date, because high value men with money, you'll be a side chick. They will have sex with you. They'll tell you things, but ma'am, you are a bad investment. Just from a practical standpoint, the fact that you have a child and all these other loose ends, and then you mix in if the abuse thing is real, which I don't have any reason to doubt, but the deception you've played around here is how you move through the world. Men aren't suckers, man. Especially successful ones. Last question about your son. If this is how you think about men, what do you think that's going to do to his view of manhood?
If what is how I think about men?
Well, you've not really said anything positive about us. I mean, you want to lie
Nothing
to us.
positive.
Yeah, you mean it's not come across as a positive situation. I mean, you were married. Um, do you think you're the best? Do you think he's going to become a better man under you than under his father?
My son?
Uh-huh.
I think so. I really do. I do. I try to give my
But
son like making
do
like
you know this? Do you know the data on the matter?
the data. I mean, I understand that, it's just single moms in general is not ideal.
No, it's not. It's beyond not ideal. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're black.
Mm-hmm.
Is his
Yeah.
father black?
I'm sorry, what did you
Is his
say?
father black?
Yes.
Okay. Go look up the statistic for single mother raised black boys.
I will do that.
Well, all you have to do, you don't have to go that far. I'll tell you. They're at the bottom
Okay.
of the barrel, reading at a
Okay.
fourth grade level. Single mother raised black boys are in some of the most precarious positions of any person on this planet. And man, due respect, you have 2 years of college and just a job. And he would be in a better position. Is his father active in his life? Like, does he see him every other
Um,
weekend? I mean, is he, or do you just have custody
well,
and you just have full custody and you getting a check?
no, we do like he has visitation because we don't live in the same state.
Right.
So, it's like the holiday thing,
But you
summers,
lived
we
in the
have the
same state
parents
when you were
weekend.
married.
Yeah.
Why'd you
And
move?
then I
Why'd
moved.
you move away from the father?
I didn't want to, but it was because my family was in Washington State.
Let's stop right there, man. Let's stop right there. You were a wife. I don't want to hear shit about the family. Your family is now your husband and your child. Who filed for the divorce?
I did.
Why?
Because he had a child.
Excuse me?
He got someone pregnant.
During the marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
So I filed for a divorce, and
And are you better off now than you were when you were married?
I am, yes.
Financially?
Yes, I would say so.
No, no,
I
no, 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 ma'am. The numbers are real clear. So your husband had an affair and got someone pregnant, right?
Right.
So you filed for divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what state is your husband in, or ex-husband?
Oklahoma.
Welcome, Oklahoma. And I'm from there. And you're in Washington State, right?
I am.
So that's at least a 4-hour flight.
Mm-hmm.
How often does your son see his father?
Thanksgiving, summertime.
Does he have full
And
summers?
yes.
So,
And
so he sees his son during the summertime.
yeah,
And then the remainder of the year, he's with you.
that's correct.
And you took his son away from him for what? You say something about your family. What about it?
They were in the state, of Washington, but yeah.
No, that's not an answer. You were in
I
Oklahoma.
didn't want to get divorced. I didn't want to leave.
You
I
filed
didn't
for
want this.
divorce, ma'am. What do you think happened? The
Damn.
divorce fairy made you do it? Ma'am, you were in Oklahoma. You filed for divorce and you went to Washington. Why did you move to Washington?
Because that's where my support was at the time.
Right. Right. You need your family, your support. So, Oklahoma's cheaper than the state of Washington. Number one,
Correct.
and this doesn't sound like your family is that strong or stable. So you moved, and now, are you getting a lot of help from your mother? Because there's no father.
No, I actually my adoptive mom, she doesn't talk to me anymore. None of my
So you're in
that's the
Washington by
situation.
yourself.
Yeah, no, I am.
All right. So
But this
listen,
is giving me a
listen,
lot of
listen,
good things
listen,
now.
listen, ma'am. This is why I say this is a mess. Everything you've told me continues to unravel. Here's what it is. Your husband committed adultery. It hurt. You decided to make an emotional decision. You filed for divorce. And you punished him and did what was good for you, so you thought, and you took his child from him. And you made him become a part-time father, and you making your son suffer that. Only seeing his father in the summertime. And what do you have to show for it? A job as a nail tech and a receptionist and nothing else. This is bad. That's why I said I don't need to know all the ins and outs, but he would be better off with his father in Oklahoma than with you. You've made all these decisions, ma'am, outside of your husband having an affair. But then you turn around and say you didn't want to file for divorce. You didn't want to divorce your husband, but you did.
Mm-hmm. When I say I didn't want to, it was more like I wanted to and I did, but it wasn't like I wanted a family, but I just can't get
But you
past that.
ended it.
But
You ended your
I know,
family.
and I don't necessarily regret that because he wasn't,
Of
it's
course
just
not.
for me.
Because you have no idea what a family is, ma'am. And this is why I said, ma'am, I feel like I'm talking to a teenage girl. I didn't want to
Well,
file. I didn't want. Listen, it's not an insult, man. Go look at what the women are typing in the chat room when this show's over. If I'm off, they'll tell you. But what you're
no, I
saying,
understand what you're saying.
I get it.
I'm
So
getting
you've had a complex upbringing. You're under no one's leadership. There's no one helping you. Nothing. And you're on a coast by yourself, raising the most vulnerable type boy there is in this country. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You can barely take care of you. Let me also say this. If you weren't as attractive as you are, would you be able to make some of the moves you do?
like what moves?
Well, I don't know. So when I'll go there, scratch that.
I mean, I would say I have the privilege, they talk about.
You have pretty privilege. That's what you have.
Yeah.
So people do shit for you that they wouldn't do for an unattractive woman, but that shit runs out.
I understand. Mm-hmm.
So the net of it, ma'am, is let me level set this for you. The moment you said I do, you became a wife. Put up the little girl, put everything else. You made an oath and you decided to break that oath. You decided to break it. Your husband cheated on you. He broke his vow. You broke your covenant. You broke your covenant with God with your man. That's what you chose to do. If you're a Christian, the whole curse thing, that you're living more under that than your ex. Then you took his son from him. You didn't do it for his son's benefit. You did it for you. Ma'am, you're selfish. Everything you've been saying is about you and what you want. And that's why I said you still need to be in therapy. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And you don't need to be parenting this boy by yourself. He's the one that's going to suffer.
Okay.
That's why I say, why not just send him back to his father? But unfortunately, women like you feel like doing that is like a failure, or if I don't have this, I have nothing. It's not a puppy. He's a boy. I know
I understand.
And you would be better off by sending him to his father, because you'd have your son would have a fighting chance. Right now, man, you can't provide.
Yeah, no.
Is
I
your
really
father, is your ex-husband remarried?
he's not remarried, but he does have a girlfriend, and they do have two other children.
I don't care about the
Um,
other children, ma'am. I really don't. All I care about is your ex-husband remarried.
no.
Is your ex-husband? Are you guys on a reasonable page?
Well, we kind of are.
Okay.
So this has really helped me
Listen,
because
listen, listen. Listen, what I'm asking you. I don't care about who he fucked and however many kids he has. Get over it. Really, get over it. You have
I am. It's
you
not
have a
hard.
husband, and he's still tolerating this shit. I oftentimes it's best for men and women, husband and wife, to reconcile. Because let me tell you why. Men like me, there's no way in heck guys like me would take a woman like you seriously. It's not though you're not a beautiful woman, but it's too much, too complicated. It's just far too complicated. You have a marriage and a child. When you decide to get married, you decide to put up the girly things. When you decide to have the child, life became about that boy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you can resolve with your ex, that would be the more likely scenario. I know gonna be some women saying, "No, don't do that. He cheated on her." You've been married. You got a kid. Don't listen to people who ain't been in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's the alternative? Can you really see a life in Washington, D.C., where you have a job or a career that you can provide well for you and your son?
Washington State.
Washington State. Washington State.
I I do eventually.
What kind of skills do you have?
Just basic skills.
Clerical skills. You're an unskilled laborer.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, ma'am. You are unskilled labor. You don't have a college degree.
Unskilled, just like
you're unskilled.
I do. I have an associate's degree. I have my associate's of
An
arts.
associate's in what?
Associates in arts. It's just like it's the one you get before you go towards a 4-year.
Right. It's an associate's degree, and there's associates in arts.
Yeah.
Okay. And ma'am, what does an associate in arts command on the free employment market?
Well, I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably get a job in like social work, or not being a social worker, but working with, people like that.
You saying you can get a job as a social worker with an associate's in art?
Kind of like a peer counselor, because I did do a lot of work.
And how much money do those people make?
Not a lot, and it's not worth it to me. Not a lot of money. I don't.
So, man, when I said you were an unskilled worker, why did that offend you when you have a degree that won't even allow you to get an okay job? Ma'am.
I guess because I don't know.
It's because it's true. You have no science, engineering, technology, and math, accounting, medicine, law. Those are careers. You have basically what accounts to a high school diploma plus.
Yeah.
Unskilled labor.
Oh gosh. Wow.
Why is that? Okay. Listen and hear. You have no skills. That's why you are a receptionist. What is it required? What skills are required to be a receptionist?
Answering phones, being organized.
Right. Basic clerical skills, stuff that's not changed since the 1910s. And you don't even have to type or file anymore. You are a woman, 26 years old, completely completely without anyone covering you. No one's covering you. No one's protecting for you, providing, teaching. You're out here making it up as you go. And that's fine, but it's not, because you got a little boy. He suffers all your mistakes times 10. And you're talking as though just because you have the power of wish and sunshine that you can make it happen. And no, ma'am, you can't. 4 million people have applied for unemployment insurance since COVID. And you honestly think you're going to be able to get a job when people who have actual skills are losing their jobs in this new market? You're too naive to even know what you don't know. And you have a boy. Did you hear what I just said? Did that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. It really, really does. And I think the reason why I'm just kind of like not thinking I'm just like okay is because I just kind of I am like I do nails on the side, so I do have a little bit of like a side hustle, and you know I want to like have my own like little business where I earn my own income and I don't work for anyone, because it's just like that's just how I am. I'm just a little bit, you know, but I do take care of my business. I do handle my business and things like that. So it's like I understand what you're saying, and I know I sound like a 12-year-old.
Yes, ma'am, you
But I'm
do.
not that.
No, ma'am, because if you just said, I know I do nails on the side, understand something. Filipino, Vietnamese women who don't speak English come to this country and do that. It doesn't require a lot of skill to do that. You are effectively a day laborer. And you want that job that you like doing because it makes you cash. And you can feel like you make money every day because it's cash. That's why a lot of women like you wait tables. Because if you didn't do this, your options would be the strip club or prostitution. I'm going to get real with you. Those are your options. Because what you want to do, no one's going to listen, ma'am. What you want to do, no one's going to hire you for. You want to make being a nail tech a career. It's a job that you can do in any podunk town. You can go to Walmart and be a nail technician, ma'am. They got a little salon there in Walmart. You ain't gonna make $75,000 a year as a part-time nail tech.
Mm-hmm.
You have no skills. You have no plans. And at this point, ma'am, you're dangerous to yourself, because you're talking about, well, I like to just have my own little side hustle to where I can possibly flip this into a job and making my own business, because that's just how I am. Yes, you're a free spirit, unstructured woman who needs a strong man to take care of you, because you are incapable of doing it for yourself. If no one's told you, I'm going to tell you. You're incapable of taking care of yourself. You sound like a teenager. And the problem is you have a boy who's what, 2, 3?
No, he's 6.
6?
Mm-hmm.
So he's he's 6.
Oh, ouch. Yes.
When we go back to school, don't be surprised if you start seeing a little hellion with disciplinary problems.
I'm gonna really sleep on the advice about, you know, his father. I think a lot of the things that you said is true. I don't want to be a selfish parent, and I have this pandemic. I have been a little bit struggling and things like that. And I did kind of consider myself like, I don't necessarily want to be a failure, but I don't want to be selfish. So I'm gonna really take that into account.
Failure happens when you look at the truth and you decide to stick your head in the sand like an ostrich and hope it goes away. That's the only way to fail.
Okay.
Is to make an emotional decision. versus just saying, you know what? It's not ideal. Oklahoma, Washington, look, it'll be better for you to be in the same state with your ex-husband because at least you'd have some help. And at least cost of living is lower. Uh, Trust me, you'd be better off there. Uh, so I'm gonna leave it there. Keep in contact. Let me know how it goes, though. But you really need to take into consideration. I don't think you understand what's about to happen with this economic market. They're not. The jobs just aren't there, man. It's not what it was in February. The world has forever changed, and we haven't even scratched the surface of what happened. Is Washington off lockdown?
We're like phase 2.
Okay.
So like our nail, yeah.
Here in Atlanta, I was in Neiman Marcus the day they shut everything down. Neiman Marcus announced that it was looking to file bankruptcy. Long and short of it is Neiman Marcus is going to cut about 40%. All those people in retail, those millions and millions of women out there who have more skills than you, more work history. It's not funny, ma'am. It's not funny, ma'am. When unemployment runs out and all that runs out, see what this country has never seen homeless women. But we're going to see homeless women because there's not enough jobs for all of these unmarried, unattached women. We are not meant to be by ourselves. Ma'am, you have zero support and you're an unskilled laborer. You might as well be an illegal immigrant with your skill sets. You think that's hyperbolic, but I need you to understand what I said. But for the fact that you speak the language and you graduated from here, on paper, you have literally no skills that an illegal immigrant to this country, someone coming up from Mexico or coming over the border off the boat, you're doing unskilled work. And you're not going to college to get a degree or going to get any certification. So you're not going to get any more skills. So, and to think I'm going to turn this unskilled thing into $100,000 a year hustle is folly. You got a lot of serious thinking to do, man. And you got to hurry up and do it because you got a boy. But I'm going to stay on what I say. You need to talk to his father and especially and last thing, and I got to run. You do realize that a boy only needs his mother up to the age 7. After age 7, he needs his father more than he needs his mother.
Okay.
That's since the dawn of time. Heck, the ancient Spartans even figured that out.
Well, no one told me that. So, I mean, it's really good to know.
Okay. All right.
So thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
For your time and advice.
Bye-bye. All right, man. Wow. That just went completely off the rails. Whoa. Look, man. Okay. Shout out to the caller. Guys, I think, guys, when you hear that kind of stuff, your initial reaction is like, chickens are coming home to roost. These women are going to get their comeuppance now and blah, blah, blah. But there's a kid involved in here too, man. I know we're going to don't cape and understand something. We're in uncharted territory. With the amount of people who don't have jobs, we're the logical ones. A lot of women really believe that it's just going to work out, especially attractive women or women that have pretty privilege. If she stays in Washington State, she can look forward to being a side chick. Because you all heard that story. You all heard it. And some of the things I was saying she didn't want to hear it, but she had already thought about it. That's why when I said it, she's like, oh, sometimes we need to hear these things. But shout out to her for at least calling in. But you this is why I'm so against that lone. Remember, guys, when I talked about stop being this lone wolf dude, and y'all got mad at me. I'm a loner. See what happens when you're all by yourself? All right. Well, yeah. I kind of got all off the subject. I was on 30, attractive, single by choice. So let me explain also why I said what. Let me talk to this women with children. The women with children. It's Friday night. You have a broken family. You're not a baby mama. You're not a single mother. You got a broken family. Go to your child's father and work it out. Humble yourself and see, can't you work something out with him? Because don't nobody want him and don't nobody want you. Like you two could work with each other. You had the kid. You had the kid. That should not be insulting to say to somebody. She sounds pretty. She's pretty, sounds mixed, adopted. The best bet is to marry another soldier, get back at that cop. She needs to get away. Well, that military, it didn't surprise me the military or police officer thing came up. I've seen this play before. I need to take another call. That was a bit much. So what, ladies, if you're attractive, but you're over 30, but you're single by choice, are you really? That was the point. Can you really make the things happen that you say you can? I mean, it's easy to say, look at me, I look good, and all I gotta do is get out here. People want to have, they'll have sex with you, but can you make somebody want to wife you? And if so, why haven't you? Daddy issues. There are a lot of issues, but when she also got, let's not forget that she said that there was some abuse early on. That's why I left that completely alone. I typically go, but when I heard that, that's just a no go. I'm not a pro. I don't go down that path and that kind of stuff. But that it has been my personal lived experience that oftentimes that requires lifelong therapy and maintenance. It's not just off on. It's a consistent thing. Shout out to Tom Likas. He's still in therapy. Well, that's true, Hydell. Don't nobody want him. Don't nobody want you. They don't. That's why these single people, these people with kids, y'all need to work that shit out. Work that shit out, man. Be the best. Oh. What's going on? Nakigama. I don't know how to pronounce Nakigama. And then in the chat room we have Daz and Tony. Hello? You need to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Nakagama. Elsa. I'm going to give the women priority. Dude. Elsa. Elisa.
Hello.
Elisa.
Sorry, my kids are playing music.
Hello?
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 My child is playing music.
Anthony was going. Nobody. So, Jessica, you're up next. Are you up next? Women really don't like being independent. No, they think they do. See, if this was 40 years ago, a woman like that could have found a stepfather, and probably been all right. But not these days. Not like they used to be. Jessica, you need to unmute yourself. Jesse Stark. Jesse. All right. Violet. All right. Yeah, people, boy, I tell you. Violet,
Yes.
what do you got for me? Boy, howdy. Okay, to the people in the chat room. To the people in the chat room, Violet, I need you to unmute yourself. You're up next. Linda Carroll, I see you. What do you got for me, Violet? There we go. Oh my God. Lower hand. Jesse, I'm going to go ahead and allow you to unmute while Linda's getting together. Boy, I swear. Turn the camera on? No, thank you. I'm not going to turn your camera on. Nope. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jesse, you want me to turn your camera on? Why? I don't trust you folks until I know you. Right. Violet, wake up. All right, Jesse, you have 5 seconds to unmute or you're going away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye, Jesse. See, you got people coming over who just they want to think they want to get on the camera and just act crazy. Guest. Who's guest? Well, I'll try it. Sure, go ahead. Let's try this. All right. You're going to have to unmute yourself. Ask to unmute yourself. There you go. You need to unmute yourself, guest. What do you got for me? All righty. Oh, you get to go bye-bye too. Clicking through them, they want to troll. Well, they're not going to have a chance, though. Poor Shaquille. You know, any woman named after Shaquille O'Neal got to be finished.
Hey, what's up, Kevin? Hello, Kevin. Kevin, you.
Yeah. All right. Better luck next time. Oh, you a bunch of weirdos, Dora. Bunch of weirdos. Don't you guys figure out this not going to work? See, Shaquille, why don't you bring your big ass on the show and tell me why you ain't married? I mean, Shaquille's pretty big. Can you imagine Shaquille as a sunflower? Why don't you get on the show and tell us, even better, put your husband on? Oh, shit. Damn. We know she ain't, you know a woman with, you know somebody with the name Shaquille Sunflower ain't never had no parts of no husband. Engagement, proposal, that's why she mad. Woo! She mad coming over here. Stop brown nosing black women. Oh, sweetie, I know it's sad out there when you look like you do, but
Hello.
hello.
Do you like dick up your ass?
It's sad out there for you. It's sad. I need better trolls, man. I mean, you guys are pretty sad. And especially the guys who are trolling. You know how pathetic you have to be to troll a guy who's obviously doing better than you, who can actually show his work, and you got this is what happens when the separation starts between the extreme and the people in the middle. See, they're a little on each side. The funny thing is, you get these lames, and then the sunflowers, and they can go out and make a whole little dysfunctional, precious little community. They could do that. They could really work. See, I wish we could go back to a time where we actually had some shame. Well, folks. Oh, boy. What the heck? I know, man. It's sad. Big as she want to be. She ain't gonna bring her big ass over here. She knows she can be like, how you gonna call me big? Did you see that avatar? When your avatar is like, I tell you what I said earlier, when your avatar is your whole face, it's kind of sad, man. And they ain't gonna get mad at me. I didn't do it. You push away from them, collard greens, tomatoes, hams. Yeah, I mean, dang. I want beans, greens, tomatoes, acres, hams, pams, spam. Big Jill Scott wannabe. What's her Instagram? I'm a hog. At I'm a hog. At I'm a HOG. At I'm a hog. I want beans, tomato, pam, spam. Woo! Dang. Roasting you in a suit on Friday night. Beans, greens, tomatoes, spam, ham, jam. Oh, my. But here's the thing, upside. The women who are over 30, attractive, single AF. What brought all this up? B. Simone is what brought all this up. B. Simone brought all this up. And I will tell you, like I said yesterday, B. Simone can win. B. Simone, make no mistake, B. Simone can win. All it takes for women like her, who are, 6s or 7s, cutish, is to go ahead and stop digging. That's all it takes. Because what men are really asking you ladies for is not a lot. They're not asking you for a lot. They're asking you just for, can you be cooperative? See, my question is this. You've tried everything. Donald Trump said, ladies, Feminine, beautiful, inspirational, cooperative, submissive. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? You've already tried everything else. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? I mean, you just walk. Can you be? Fuck. What do you have to lose? You're gonna have to get quicker than that, troll boy. Go make you another fake account so I can do this over and over and over. Now, see what he has to do is he's trying to make fake accounts with one hand because he got the lotion over here in the sock. He's doing double duty because he's over here getting off on this. Woo! So I understand it's rough out there. And tomorrow morning, when we wake up and do suit Saturday, he can't even afford a pair of shoes. Po baby. See, I let trolls come in. If you don't have trolls, if you don't have haters, you're not doing something. The trolls come out at night. The trolls come out at night. What? They always come out. Why do trolls come out? Thank you. They got a crush on me. I mean, are you serious? They're like, damn, I wish I could be like this dude. I wish I could be like some of these CIA dudes up in here. I wish I could be like some of these guys over here that the women are talking to. But all I got to do is I come in here and just make an ass of myself. I can't even come over to a place with over 1,000 people and talk to folks and have a conversation. The best I can do is get up here and try to make an ass out of myself for like 30 seconds. Po babies. Po babies. I'm a firm believer, ladies. If you are cute, you got a shot. Stop digging. If other women are getting it done, do what they're doing. You want to become a pick-me. I mean, has any guy ever asked yourself why a woman would not want to be a pick-me? We use some of the strangest disses on this side. You want people to call you a pick-me, ladies. Why is a pick-me an insult? Is being called a provider an insult to a man? I mean, seriously. I'm seriously. He's a pick-me. Oh, okay. Incels. Now, don't give these incels a bad name. These dudes are just weirdos. See, weirdos have always existed. Incels like women. Incels want women. Define pick me? I don't know. Go ask one of them women that always use that term. Incels like women. Incels want women. That's what they want. Incels like women and want women. They just can't get them. They like women and they can't get them. That's all it gets right down to it. It gets right down to it. They like women. They just can't get them. They can't. And I feel sorry for these guys because, you know, if you're a woman and can't get a guy, a woman can always get sex, but that's not what you want. But when I tell you one thing is all the antisocial behavior you see a lot of times online, these guys are, see, I feel bad for a lot of these guys because all this stuff is really just a cry for help. Incels on that, I work with incels, man. I'm going to tell you, incels aren't losers. They've been mischaracterized. But it's the wrong show for that. I will tell you this though. Trolls are broken. You don't see men who are happy or successful. You don't feel men who are happy or successful who are doing that stuff, man. You just don't. You don't see men who are happy or successful. That's what it is. You don't see men who are happy or successful who are just upset. That's why that old dude that went off in the BMW, you imagine how angry and hurt you had to be to go off and start, spraying people? All right. We're going to get up out of here. We're going to get up out of here. This was a fun show. Shout out to the caller. I hope all the best for you. I truly do.
All right. This one right here wasn't just tense. It was heavy. When Kevin Samuel said, "You may love being a mother, but you cannot raise a man," that wasn't about disrespect. That was about structure. She's 26, attractive, rates herself a 9 or 10, wants to be a stay-at-home wife with 3 kids, wants a high-earning man. But when he asked how much money that lifestyle actually costs, she didn't know. That's the first red flag, wanting a lifestyle you haven't done the math for. Then the layers start peeling back. Married at 18, divorced, 6-year-old son, moved states, no strong family support, receptionist, nails on the side, associate's degree with no market leverage. And here's the real tension. She wants a high-value outcome, but she's operating with low-value preparation. Not low value as a human being, low leverage in the marketplace. Kevin wasn't just talking about money, he was talking about decision patterns. She divorced after infidelity, understandable emotionally, but then relocated the child far from the father. Now the boy sees his dad summers and holidays, and Kevin zoomed in on something uncomfortable. A 6-year-old boy is about to hit the age where male guidance becomes critical. The bigger issue wasn't her standards. It was this: she moves emotionally, then justifies logically after. Even the small lie about location, it showed a habit of bending truth when pressured. High-earning, structured men scream for stability. They don't just look at beauty, they assess risk. And right now, her life reads as high risk. No strong support system, no advanced skills, dependent income streams, single motherhood, unresolved trauma. That's not condemnation. That's reality stacking. And the hardest truth? Pretty privilege buys time, not security. This wasn't Kevin attacking her. It was him saying, you can't build a stable future while winging adulthood. And for her son? The stakes are higher, because children don't experience your intentions. They experience your structure. That's why this clip hit different. It wasn't loud, it was surgical.